So today I'm going to be putting together a 1/18 scale Joy Toy model kit. Alright, so as should be obvious, I've never opened this before, so I'm not really sure what I'm getting into as far as parts. I'm not sure if it needs glue or it's just snapped together, but I figured I would record it, so if anybody else has questions about it, maybe this will help them. And also there is no directions, so this is all just kind of flying blind. I'll try to get things sorted a little bit here. So if you're new to Joy Toys, this is definitely worth checking out. A typical figure runs about the $30 range. And you can pick this up for around $17 shipped. As obvious, the only downside is you got to put it together yourself. So there are no different sizes. Sometimes you'll see the left and right leg will have different sizes. This is the same. So I don't think it's any distinguish between the two of them. And it looks like this might need some water, boiled water to be exact. So with this, it's kind of hard to tell what is the front and what is the back. They're very similar looking, so I'm just gonna guess here. And before I get to the boiled water, I'm going to see how much I can actually get together of this. It's also a good project if you're stuck in quarantine. You can take your time and get one of these together. Again, for the price, it's a pretty good deal. A lot of this so far is very straightforward. Starting to look like something. Guess that's right. Sorry, I'm being kind of quiet. I'm just concentrating on this a bit. Here we got some background music. So these do come in two sizes. There is I believe it's 1/25th scale, and then there's the 1/18th scale. So if you're looking into them, just be sure you're getting the right scale that you want. I've actually gotten both, and the 1/18th scale is awesome, and the 1/25th scale is really super impressive because it retains all the articulation of the 1/18th scale, but at an even smaller, obviously smaller scale. And so they're both worth checking out. So even without directions, a lot of this is really pretty self-explanatory, so it's not terrible. Like I said, I'm trying to see how much of this I can get away with without having to use water. This one's a bit tricky because it has a hinge, so you got to get it right in place. Again, this may be a part that needs to be boiled, or maybe not. So the only thing is this is going to require some paint, which is kind of cool because then you can personalize it a little bit. Yeah, let's see, like something like the cap is definitely going to have to be glued on because that's barely sitting on there, but that's okay. And like I've said in my past videos, or past few videos, I want to do more of these type projects. So if you have anything in mind, you can leave it in the comment section, and I'll see if I can help out. You know, sometimes, you know, maybe something I just don't think about that people would like to see. Turn this one around. There's a slight difference in size there, so I'm going to try it the other way. Okay, it's starting to come together. So if you're interested in one of these, check out eBay. Like I said, I believe it was $16.99 shipped. Which nowadays, that's actually a pretty good deal. It's pretty cool. The knife actually has a little sheath. Very tight fit, but at least it won't fall out. It's got like thigh pads too. So get those on there. Hope my hands aren't getting in the way too much. If so, I do apologize. So any of these parts that are falling off, I'm just going to go back and glue them on. And get a part like this, a little bit of hot water would soften it up. You'd get it on a lot easier. I don't know what goes there, the holster. Alright, so I did put that on backwards, great. There's a little notch section that's got to go towards the top. Again, this is something that has to be glued in place. So for now, where did I put that gun? Well, there was a pistol around here. Let's see if I can push these on again. Oh, it does go on. All right, so it took a bit more force than I was using before. What I'm afraid of typically is breaking the peg, because once that turns, it's kind of shot. There we go. We got some neat looking body armor. Even this is something I think could be glued. Doesn't line up the greatest. Tiny little peg on the knife, on the sheath. Again, this is something that's got to be glued. Doesn't really stay in all too well. All right, I am going to take a second here and go grab the glue so we can finish this thing up. All right, so I got my trusty crazy glue. So we're gonna finish this thing up. I'm trying not to use a lot with this because, especially when doing something that has a ton of joints, if it runs, it's going to go right into those joints, and then it's going to seize, and it's you're taking away part of the articulation. And for me, the more articulation, the better. I'm really glad they didn't make me put on the tips of the shoes, because those are articulated also. That would have been a pain. So as it turns out, it looks like I was shorted the pistol. So I'll have to either get one or find something else that I can use instead of that. That's kind of a bummer, but it's not the end of the world. I mean, it would have been worse if he was missing a part of the arm or a leg or something like that. So kind of grateful if something had to be missing. It was something reasonably minor. This thing's going to be a pain. Again, if you're home under quarantine, which I am not, I do have work tomorrow, this would be a neat little project to spend some time on. All right, now, this one goes on this side. Just see something. I think this is upside down. Yeah, okay. So it does come with what looks to be a second pair of knee pads. I'm not going to use those ones. I like the smaller ones that it has. It does come with a pretty neat gun. So if you've yet to see a Joy Toy, this is really a good way to get one for an inexpensive price. Just be aware that the kits may or may not come complete. And you do have to do painting on it. Although, you know, in this case, really it's just the hat, the goggles. I mean, it really is minimal amount. Or as much as you want to do. Which I may do at another time. I'm obviously not going to do it right now. So anyway, that's what I got for you. I hope that helps out. And I will catch you later.
Keep watching for the next video. Come back soon. Bye.